Hello and welcome to another episode of All Sports Takes. John, we're in different setups.
Welcome to the dorm, I guess.
John's at Colorado State University. I'm at University of Michigan. Um, and this week we're going to be doing our week one predictions. John, we've discussed the little punishment. It's not really punishment, but it kind of is. What's the punishment, John?
So, what we're gonna hopefully do this year, if the money's right, is the loser has to buy a ticket for both of us to go to the choice of the winners football game. So I'd probably choose a Patriots game and Andrew chooses a Bengals game. I'm quite excited for this punishment. Just gotta get that money up, not that funny up, you know what I'm saying? So I can hit the in case I have to pay for it, which I won't, because I'm gonna keep the win streak to 2 this year.
And John, you won last year and you decided you want a jersey from me.
I'm just gonna go with the jersey route. I have to think about the jersey right now. Not many Patriots players I want a jersey from right now. Maybe
Travion
I'll get a
Henderson.
different.
Travion Henderson.
You never know with the running backs.
Hmm.
You never know with the running back. But you know,
All right. Who is that? I've never heard that. Is
best court,
that Gerard
best court,
Mayo?
best quarterback in the league right here.
All right, John. You want to get
Feels good to
straight?
have on. Feels good to have on.
You want to get straight into it?
Straight into it.
All right, we got the Cowboys versus the Eagles, defending champs, the Eagles, in Thursday night football. Historically, Super Bowl champs have not done well in this game, John. Is that going to change your decision? Now, I will, with that being said, the last time the Cowboys and the Bucks played, that was the last time Cowboys had an opening game. The Bucks did win that, and they were the defending Super Bowl champions. With that being said, in this game, I have the Philadelphia Eagles winning this one. I just think that they're a better team. I do think it'll be close. I do think it'll be high scoring. I'm gonna go Philadelphia Eagles 27-24.
Interesting choice there for a close game. Um, Also got the Eagles. I mean, it's not really a hard pick for me. Eagles just a better team overall. I am excited to watch the Cowboys play. I know Micah Parsons just left, but they did have the acquisition of George Pickens over the season. So I'm excited to see CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens play together. But for me, it's simple. Eagles 31-20. Not really a close game in my opinion. I think the Eagles are going to handle business out in Dallas, and it's going to be a good opener for the Eagles.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you can't bet against the Eagles in this game, right? I could see a Cowboys
Yeah,
upset, but you just can't do it.
yeah, I can't.
Next game in Sao Paulo, Brazil, correct?
Something like that.
Chiefs, Chargers. John, who do you got in this one? This is a very interesting game, I think.
Yeah, interesting game. Chargers Chiefs always a good battle. Even when the Chargers do suck, I still think it's a good game. But I'm gonna have to stick with the Chiefs here. Can't bet against the Chiefs. Close game though. More of a low scoring games. These games usually keep it to a lower score. I'm gonna go 20-17. Walk off field goal.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have discussed about how the Chiefs usually aren't looking as good this year. They're not as much of a Super Bowl contender. Do I trust them as much? And I don't. And I'm looking at the Chargers and I'm looking at these past couple of seasons, and Harbaugh is all about starting the season off right. And I think that the Chargers have a lot of questions with their offense and a lot of questions with their offensive line. But I think the Chiefs have even more questions to be answered that I just don't know the answer to. Rashee Rice being gone. Who's that wide receiver, man? I mean, I
Xavier Worthy.
Travis Kelce, is he gonna be, that dependent kind of guy? I don't they're losing defensive players. I'm gonna go with an upset here. Chargers 20-17.
Wow. What a
That's a
pick from Andrew
I
there.
know
Surprising.
yeah, I know.
I,
Next we have the Dolphins versus the Colts. Daniel Jones versus Tua Tagovailoa. Who do you got in this one, John?
um, actually, the Dolphins are gonna come out the gate here pretty strong. I don't think the Colts are good on offense or defense. I just see the Dolphins put up some points. I think Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle, either or, could have a really good game. And I just really don't see the Colts doing much against them. So I have the Dolphins winning 29-17 in this one. Simple as that.
Yeah, I think that the Dolphins offense is just a little bit better. And although I do think that the Colts are a good team, I just think you have to go with the Dolphins here, given the quality players that they have and the question marks that they don't have. I don't know about Tyreek Hill, but Daniel Jones is your starting QB. So I got the Dolphins winning 34-20. The
Mm.
next game, we have the Steelers versus the Jets. in this one, as much as I want to pick the Jets because I do like the Jets a lot, I just think that the Steelers probably have a better defense. And I just think that they're gonna get it done. They know how to get it done in week one. It's gonna be a low scoring game. 17-13 Steelers.
Mm. Yeah, both of these defenses are very good. So obviously, I think it's going to be a very low scoring game. I'm excited to see this game. I don't know what to expect from either of these teams. I think for both of
Yeah.
these teams, like 9-8 season's probably their ceiling, but they could go as low as that 3-14 season. I wouldn't be surprised. But I also have a low scoring game. I have 17-14 Steelers, so pretty close to Andrew there. But
Yeah. No, I think bet on the under in this game, boys. That's all I'm gonna say.
going
Next,
to
we have the Panthers versus the Jaguars. Panthers are gonna get off to a hot start this season. They're gonna win this game. I like Bryce Young in this game. I don't like the Jaguars as much. I have a lot of question marks with this Jaguars team. I do think that it'll be, there'll be touchdowns, but I think that the Panthers are gonna win this one, 24-21.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder game for me. I just don't know what to expect from both of these teams. Panthers had a really slow start last year. Bryce Young, one of the worst starts to a 5 game stretch I've seen in probably my lifetime, getting benched. So I don't like
But at
towards
the
the
end
end of
of
the
the
season.
season,
Towards the end of the season was playing better, but I'm still a little nervous to see how he performs in the Jags. There's a lot of questions with them too. So just how T-Law plays. I think this game's going to come down to which quarterback plays better. And I'm going to bank on Bryce Young because he had the hot end to the last season. I'm going to go Panthers 21-20, close game.
okay, John, who do you got in the next one? We got the Cardinals versus the Saints.
Pretty easy pick here. I mean, not much to say. I'm picking Cards 34-14.
Yeah, I mean, Saints, I just don't know what's going on with them. You have to pick the Cardinals here. And I also like the Cardinals a lot. I think that this team is a lot stronger than it's been. I'm gonna go Cardinals 27-10.
Good pick, good pick. And who's
Next
got the next game?
we got the
Giants
Giants versus the
Commanders.
Commanders. Who you got in this one, John?
Oh, I got the Commanders picking up a win here. Again, I think this is a pretty easy game to predict. I mean, Giants, I do think are a little bit better than last season. I'm not as high on the Commanders as some people, but I still think this is the easy Commanders win 28-20.
I really want to pick an upset here, John. I really want to pick an upset. And I just don't know how much I trust this Commanders team. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't think they have a necessarily good running back. I don't know how much I trust second year um QBs. I don't think the Commanders are gonna be as good this year. But with that being said, Giants starting QB is Russell Wilson. I do not fucking trust that guy. Commanders are gonna win this one in a scrappy game, 20-17.
I like the pick there, Andrew. Moving on, we got the Bucks versus the Falcons. I know Andrew's high on the Falcons this year, but I think the Bucks are still a little bit of a better team overall. I like the running back comparison here with the Bucky Irvine and Rashad White combo. I think it's a great combo. Obviously, you have Bijan Robinson on the other side, but I think both these teams match up well. I'm going to pick the Bucks here 20-13,
Yeah, I think this is
sneaking
going
out
to
a
be a
win.
really high scoring affair. I like the offenses of both these teams. However, I trust the defense and the veteran leadership that the Bucks have, and I think that's what it takes to win close games. So I have the Bucks winning this one 35-34, one
Mm.
point gain. And for me, it's just about Baker Mayfield. I mean, that guy got his money. He deserved that money. I think that the Falcons will be good this season, but I do think that they lack the maturity to close out tight games. Next, we have my Cincinnati Bengals facing off against the Cleveland Browns. Joe Burrow, will this be his MVP season? Time will tell. Time will tell. Time will tell. Um, I will say there's going to be a lot of doubters out there that the Bengals aren't prepared enough for for the first game of the season, that they're going to slump in this first game. This is the first time in 15 seasons where we do not have a player on our IR. We have no injured players. One decision that I don't like that Zach Taylor did was he started the wrong offensive guard. He started not Dylan Fairchild. He started this guy from the Saints over Dalton Reisner, who we just signed from the Vikings. I don't think that was a good pick. I think that the left side of the offensive line is probably going to struggle a bit because of that. Myles Garrett may get some sacks. I don't know how high scoring this game will be, but people are sleeping on this Bengals defense, and a healthy defense with a lot of rookies, a healthy offense. Everybody's healthy. I really like the Bengals in this one, and I think that we're gonna just get the job done. It might be a little low scoring. That's all right. We're gonna win 23-10.
I like that pick there, Andrew. I think the Bengals have been doubted because of the past week one performances, but when it comes to a team like the Browns, I don't see much potential with them, and I just don't see. And you shouldn't be picking the Browns over the Bengals here. It's a really stupid pick to make, just because the Bengals are looking a lot better than they are last year. So I'm gonna have to go with the Bengals here, 27-13.
And I do want to say, like the previous years, we did have a lot of injury concerns. We have never had an 100% Joe Burrow going into week one. That's just a fact because he's had two season-ending injuries already, and then he got injured in training camp one year. So, um, just something to be noted. I think it will be a good game, nevertheless. Raiders, Patriots, John, are you excited for this one?
Never been more excited to watch a Patriots game since about let's see, whenever Cam Newton started, so 5 years ago or something. So excitement is through the roof here. I mean, obviously, I pick the Patriots. I don't think the Raiders are that great this year. I think the Patriots all around are a lot better. I like to see how our defense is going to play against pretty much Ashton Genty, because other than that, the Raiders really don't have it, and Brock Bowers. Because their defense was not the best last year. Um, so I'm excited to see how they played. Obviously, I'm excited to see how Drake May plays. Travion Henderson was the third string running back going into the week
He'll
one, so we
start.
won't.
He'll
We're
start.
not. It's the official depth chart, so I don't think we'll be
I
seeing
know,
much
I
of
know, I
him.
know, but they said the same thing about Bijan Robinson. They said the same, like he'll start.
Well, he's not going to be the starter because Rahamir Stevens is the lockdown starter, but he might because it goes to Antonio Gibson, which I think he's better than Antonio Gibson. But that's just what they said. I know he might not get a lot of reps in the first game, but I'm so excited to see him play. I'm thinking the Patriots here 24-20. It'll be a close game, but I expect us to win this game here.
Yeah. The only reason I'm picking the Patriots here is because it's in Gillette Stadium. I think if this game is in Vegas, I have to pick the Raiders. Patriots are gonna win, but it's barely 23-20. And I do think that probably the Raiders have a little bit more quality on their team, especially on that defensive side. John, I'm rage baiting you really hard right now. I'm glad that you noticed that. But yeah, I got the Patriots winning this one. Next, we got the 49ers versus the Seahawks. Quite an interesting matchup. Sam Darnold, his first game in as the 12th man. 49ers coming off a lot of injuries. They're looking pretty healthy. I think you'd be insane to not go with the 49ers here, right, John?
Yeah, and I feel like you would be the type of person to pick the Seahawks.
I'm picking the 49ers. I think the 49ers are probably just going to win this. I think that they own this rivalry a little bit. 23-17.
Yep. I mean, I also got the 49ers here. I'm excited to see how Sam Darnold fares. Everyone's expecting a big season from Sam Darnold and K9. Everyone says it's going to be the big year. I'm not so sure. I've drafted in the past 2 years in the fantasy, and it hasn't panned out well. So I stayed away from him this year. I'm excited to see how it plays, though. But yeah, I think the 49ers are going to come out here. I like the Brian Robinson and Christian McCaffrey running duo. I think that could be really dangerous this year.
Next, the Titans versus the Broncos. This is your upset alert game of the week, I think. I think this could definitely be an upset game. A lot of people have high hopes for the Broncos. I'm not so sure. And I mean, I love my boy Bo Nix. We know how much I glaze Bo Nix, guys, but come on. I do think that there is a chance for an upset. And with that being said, I'm going to pick the Broncos. It's a safe pick. But watch out for the Titans, man. They're coming to play some football, I think. I got the Broncos winning 24-13.
I don't know about an upset here. I mean, I like Cam Ward and the connection with Calvin Ridley, but other than that, I mean, they don't really got anybody else on that team. I think the Broncos probably have a top 3 defense, no doubt, in the NFL this year.
Mhm.
So I just it might be a little close just because week one games are always close, but I wouldn't worry about an upset here. I mean, if they do upset, I'd be in shock, but I'm picking the Broncos here, no doubt in my mind.
John, you're not very high on the Lions this year, but you're also not very high on the Packers. NFC North is a very interesting division, and I'm really excited to look forward to this game. This is definitely going to be a game I'm tuning into. We have the Lions versus the Packers. John, who do you got in this one?
Well, I am high on the Lions this year. I just don't think they're as good as they are last year. Last year was an incredible season. You usually don't repeat those seasons. It takes a little bit of luck. I still think in this game, the Lions are going to come out and they're going to show that they're still the dominant force in the NFC North, no doubt. Packers, I think they are a good team, but I just think the Lions are better. I think the Lions are going to put up quite a bit of points this game. I'm going to put up Lions 38, Packers 23. Kind of a blowout here.
Wow. Wow. I have the Linings winning as well, 30 to 23. But it's in Lambeau. Packers are usually pretty good week one, man. Anything can happen. I could definitely see the Lions losing here. I'm just gonna play it safe. I think you gotta go with the Lions here. I think that a healthy Lions team is some team that it's just one of those teams you can't not bet on. You know what I mean? Now, as the season progresses, I do think this Lions team will get hurt, and that's when I'll start not picking them. But right now, I'm not. That is not one of those times.
I
Next,
do
we have
want to say watch out for Aiden Hutchinson monster game. I bet on underdog him having a sack
yeah,
this game. I'm
yep.
pretty confident he will just win.
I think so too. I think Aiden Hutchinson might be one of the runners for the Defensive Player of the Year this year.
And comeback player there. Well, maybe not, but comeback player, no doubt.
Yeah. Um, Next we have the Rams versus the Texans. The Rams expect Stafford to start Sunday versus the Texans, but can he survive? John, who do you got in this one?
This is probably one of the harder games to pick this week. I'd actually have to say. I think Texans and Rams match up well, both offensive and defensively side of the ball. They each have their weaknesses and strengths. Obviously, it relies on Matt Stafford if he can stay healthy. I've heard he's had some back problems, and back problems are not good for whatever position you're in. So for that case, I'm gonna take the Texans here. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game though, but I think the Texans pulled out 30 to 28.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Texans too, and it's for the exact same reason. I like this Rams team more. I just do not trust their quarterback at the time, and I want to see how Matthew Stafford plays. Um, I just don't trust Matthew Stafford, man. So I got the Texans winning this one. A little lower scoring than what you have. I have them winning 20 to 10 because I just don't trust Matt Stafford in that offense pushing that ball. Next, we have the Ravens versus the Bills, and I have the Bills winning the Sunday Night Football, and I think that you're gonna pick the Ravens, but I think I have the Bills for a couple of reasons. They just match up, I think they just match up better against this Ravens team. There's some injury concerns with Lamar Jackson that I've seen in the media. Obviously, he's still going to start, but it is in Buffalo as well. And when you take all these things into consideration, I think you just can't really go against the Buffalo Bills, who made it to the AFC champion, who made it to the AFC Championship, are Super Bowl favorites for this year. The Bills usually start off really well. So did the Ravens, man. But I think that the Bills are probably just a more solid team and it's a better team to go for. You know what I mean?
Interesting pick
27-23.
there. He is right. I'm gonna pick the Ravens. I think I got a couple reasons here. I think the Ravens actually match up better player for player than the Bills. I mean, Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers. I mean, that's a pretty good offense there. And I think Ravens have a really good defense this year. So I think the Ravens are a little bit better than the Bills on both sides of the ball. I know it is in Buffalo, but I think the Ravens are still a little upset for how the AFC divisional round went when Mark Andrews dropped the 2-point conversion to lose. So I think they really got a little bit of bad blood. They're going to want the revenge. I think they're going to get it here in week one. I see the Ravens winning 34-27. And yeah.
For me, it's just gotta be the injuries that I'm looking at this Ravens team, bro. We got, it's Isaiah Likely's not gonna play. Patrick Ricard is not gonna play. And I don't care what you say, fullbacks are important. They got Alexander, who's gonna be a limited participant. Their starting guard's gonna be a limited participant. When you're starting off with injuries that early into the season, it's just a little bit shaky for me. Now, when you
I
look
don't
on,
really, I don't know. I just don't see those players as very important. Like Isaiah Likely was good about the first game of last season, and then he would really just didn't do much. I know Patrick Ricard is a fullback, and he does do a little bit for the offense, but it's nothing that's going
Isaiah
to make me
Likely
choose the
does a lot
Bills.
for that offense, by the way. I'm just pointing that out.
I think he does that much.
No, I think that he does because he's a really important. Have they love their tight ends, and he's really important a deep field threat that they
I mean,
don't
look
really
at
have
his
on that
stats. He
team.
didn't really put up past week one or week two.
Right, but okay, here's okay, all right. Next we
It's
have
just
the
a fact.
Vikings versus the Bears. John, this is a really tough game. I don't know how either of these teams will look. Who do you got in this one?
This is a really shitty game for Monday night, in my opinion. I don't think it's going
I
to be
think
a
it'll be
very
good. I
high
think it's
score.
interesting.
I think it'll be close, but I don't think it's going to be very entertaining. I mean, I'm not high on the Vikings, and it's the Bears are the Bears. No hate, Cash. Shout out, homie from back home. But
He's gonna be there.
he's going to this game.
He's going to this game.
Fuck, I didn't even tell me that. But I do have the Bears winning. That's why I think since it is JJ McCarthy's first start, it's going to be rough. I don't like him. I'm going a 13-10 win for the Bears.
Jesus.
Low scoring game.
You know how high I am on the Minnesota Vikings. I love my boy JJ McCarthy. He's the piece to the puzzle of that team. I don't trust the Bears. I also especially do not trust the Bears week one. Vikings are going to win this one, and it's going to be a high scoring game. 31-27 Vikings.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I'll wait for it to happen.
Hey, the first week is always it's really
Yeah,
out
it's
there.
true.
John, how many differentials we got? We got one, two, Lions we agreed, 49ers and Seahawks we agreed, Raiders and Patriots we agreed. The Panthers Jaguars, did we agree on that one?
I picked the Panthers.
Okay. Did we agree on the Chiefs and the Chargers? No, we didn't.
No.
Did we agree on the Lions and the Packers? Yes, we did. The Cardinals? Yes, we did. Giants, Commanders? Yes, we did. Bucks,
You
Falcons. Okay, yeah. So we have three differential games.
Ravens, Bills, Vikings, Bears, Chargers, Chiefs, right?
That is correct. All primetime games, pretty much. So
Yeah.
gonna
Week
be
one's always
fun.
hard to predict. So I mean I'm not expecting too much. If I go like what? Was there 16 games? If I go like 8-8, I'd be happy.
Yeah, I think 8-8 maybe would be always a good record. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, for week one, hard to predict.
Anyway, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. We have just posted a lot of videos I'm sure you've seen with our division predictions. And we're going to be looking to get weekly uploads going again. We're excited for the NFL season. We're excited for this punishment. This is like a really expensive punishment, so it should be great. I'm excited, John. Are you
I'm
excited?
excited. I'm excited for
Who's
this
winning the
NFL
Super Bowl,
season.
John?
Early take. I'm gonna have to go with the AFC side. I think I'm gonna go AFC this year. I think I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I think they're gonna get it done this year.
I like that. I like that. I'm gonna go NFC side, and I'm not gonna go with the Eagles. And this might be crazy. I know this might be crazy, but I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the 49ers a little bit, bro.
Okay, I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. I did
They
not
got the
hate it.
experience. I think if they get into the playoffs, they'll make it to the Super Bowl.
I don't hate that take. That's a crazy take, but I don't hate it, man. I respect that. I
Hey,
just don't know about how Brock.
if they stay healthy, they're definitely a Super Bowl team.
I don't know about Brock Purdy, but hey, man, I respect that take. That's mad respect.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Enjoy Thursday night, baby.
Deuces.